I did not shoot myself.
A frustrated and feisty Pinal County Sheriff's deputy trying to clear his name tonight. Thank you for choosing us. I'm Steve Irvin. ABC 15's Christina Boomer shares with you what he had to say about that controversial shootout in the desert.
I got home that night. I thought, damn, you just dodged a bullet. Boy, I'm glad that's over.
But it wasn't over. In the weeks and months that followed, questions surfaced about Deputy Louis Pearl's account. On Thursday, the Pinal County Sheriff's Office said DPS's test of the shirt he wore on the day of the shooting showed no signs of gunpowder residue or burning, proving the deputy's claim that armed men shot him from a distance. But other questions remained. Why weren't any drugs, suspects, or guns ever found?
I'll tell you why. It's a big desert.
He adds the suspects had close to a 3-hour head start because that's how long it took for crews to rescue him and then launch a search. A DPS supplemental report says 3 days after the incident, Pearl's lawyer requested the questioning of Pearl be limited to where Pearl was standing when he was shot, where Pearl shot from, the direction Pearl shot, and where the suspects were when they shot at Pearl. He also requested there be no audio or video record of Pearl's walkthrough.
That's something else I'd like to address. I never, at any point, ever lawyered up and refused to answer questions. I have answered every single question asked of me by every single investigator involved in this. Anyone who says I lawyered up is a damn liar.
There were also concerns about the timing. Pearl's confrontation with suspected armed drug smugglers happened exactly 1 week after Governor Jan Brewer signed SB 1070.
Pay close attention because you're not going to believe this. Until this shooting happened, and I got home that night and was watching the news, I'd never heard of 1070. I do not watch the local news, I don't read the newspapers, and I don't care about politics.
Pearl took a few jabs at the media.
The media makes their living selling noise. The facts and truth, after a while, don't have anything to do with noise. If you tell the truth, you only have to tell that story once. If you can concoct a conspiracy, you can write a new story every week. And that's why I think we're standing here today.
And yet Pearl turned to the group he thinks vilified him to help vindicate him. Answering question after question, it was clear he hoped this news conference would be the end of the story.
If the worst thing you can do is call me a liar, that's not something I lose sleep over.
Some of you wanted to know, where has this shirt been all this time, from the point that the event happened to when it got into DPS's hands a couple months later? Well, Pinal County Sheriff's Office told me first it went to a special drying room, as they call it, because the blood was still wet. After the blood was dried, at that point, they say they wrapped it up and put it in an evidence bag, and when they gave it to DPS, they had to break what's called an integrity seal to open up the evidence packet to get to that shirt. Now, I did call DPS to see if they would comment on the results of their testing, and they said they will not. Reporting live in the newsroom, Christina Boomer, ABC 15 News.